What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given here with your afternoon snap, and this is kind of a weird one because we've got Weird World as location number 1. So every card that I draw is going to be from my opponent's deck this game, and we're kind of playing a weird deck as well. Mr. Negative, kind of interesting how it interacts with Weird World. But we can see my opponent is probably playing a stock list. We've got an armor and a Shuri, and that is one of the most common decks being played right now. And I figured I would showcase this video before Shuri changes come, because we were just kind of teased that we are going to get some Shuri changes soon. I decided to play armor into Weird World rather than throwing it in the mini lab, because often the way that this deck will play around like Arrow is by loading up 4 cards all into one location. I was thinking about using Polaris to take out my opponent's Zabu, but they're already getting to use Zabu this turn, so it doesn't really matter if I blow it up now, and Polaris is just more power. So I just decided to play Polaris into Weird World instead, and my opponent uses this turn to play a Cosmo, which actually kind of confused me for a second because that's the same Cosmo that I use, and speaking of which, both of these Shuris are also the same variant. So I thought that was kind of cool to be able to play double Shuri in one game, both with the same variant. And the reason that we are able to play double Shuri is because we draw She-Hulk. Now, side note, I don't know if this is just a bug or a Weird World interaction, but She-Hulk actually had a discount this turn because my opponent had an unspent energy last turn. I didn't notice that while I was playing the game until I watched this replay here. So not really going to take advantage of that, but I will take full advantage of She-Hulk now because I can play a Shuri'd She-Hulk followed up with another Shuri into a Titania to close out the game. 30 power in the final turn. Pretty impressive, and not something that you get to do every day because you don't get your own Shuri from Weird World and then another Shuri from your opponent's deck. But thought this was a sweet one. Weird World's a fun location and kind of rewards you for playing offbeat decks and punishes you for playing a straightforward meta deck in a fun way, I think, as well. And it also kind of rewards you for knowing how to play a variety of different decks. I played a lot of Shuri last season, and now when I am given a Shuri deck, I know how to play it. I also know how to play my own deck, and I knew what was potentially coming here. So what I did was I didn't know where Vision was going to land up, right? That can go anyway, so I just kind of count that as not in a location, and then tried to win all 3 locations, which I was able to do. She-Hulk's going to win her location. Shuri plus Shuri beats Wong plus White Tiger, or Wong plus something like Gambit or Ironheart, and then the Titania should still be enough with the 3 power lead that we already had in Weird World to be able to continue to win that location. And my opponent potentially made a mistake here. If they hadn't played 0 in Weird World, both of the Tigers could have landed there and they could have won, but they didn't, so we are able to get the win there. Pretty fun one. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.